Did you see me build this metal foundry from high temperature refractory? Maybe you've got one of your own. Well, my foundry needs insulating, and that seems to cost a fortune, but I think I found a really easy, affordable solution. Stick with me and I'll show you what I mean. Hi YouTube, my name's Jeff and I'm the Visual Guy. A few months back now I built this low-cost, easy assemble metal foundry using high temperature refractory, and it's holding up a treat. There's a few hairline cracks in the lid, but it's still doing its job well. The problem is it needs insulating. Refractory is great for handling high temperatures. My foundry can withstand 1700 degrees Celsius, which is ample for my needs. The problem is it doesn't hold on to that heat very well though. It cools off quicker than I'd like. As such, it's inefficient and it's hard to keep my homemade easy build waste vegetable burner going on very cold days if the foundry keeps shedding heat. So it needs insulating, but that stuff is very expensive. Plus I didn't fancy covering my mobile foundry with a squishy white blanket. Cleaning out my shed I came across this, a leftover from another project. This is insulation board made up of a thick foil backing and expanded foam. It's commonly used here in the UK as a building insulation, and I'd imagine there's similar products throughout the world. The thing with this insulation is that it's high temperature. It holds up to fire well. Now that got me thinking, if I could wrap it around my foundry, it might just work. So to persuade this flat, straight material to go around the curve of my foundry, I ran it across my table saw, cutting dozens of slots, roughly 20mm or 3/4 of an inch apart, to nearly the full depth of the material. Sure enough, this made it nice and pliable. I sanded the outside of the foundry to give it a key, and then cleaned it thoroughly with white spirits. Then I coated the foil side of the insulation and the foundry with contact adhesive. It was a bit fiddly, but the glue did the job. Now I had a lot of grooves to contend with. A trip to the hardware store later and I had a cheap can of expandable foam, but crucially this is high temperature foam, not the ordinary variety. I carefully squirted the foam in every groove and made a real mess, which is nothing new for me. A few hours later and everything was dry and looking like a mad science experiment gone wrong. A simple wood saw made easy work of trimming back the mess to produce something that didn't look too bad, and had the advantage of not weighing the foundry down any further. But did it work? Well, yes it did. It's early days yet, but it's had several outings so far and is holding up well. You might be looking at the scorch marks, and you really should, but this is where I spilt white spirit on the outside when I was priming some barbecue charcoal on its very first trial. I saw the foam burning and I decided to watch to see what would happen, and that's the result, which isn't too bad really. As you can see, the foam insulation retains the heat in the foundry very well, and it lets my oil burner do its thing. Now over time, the insulation has parted company just a little bit around the very top where it's probably hottest, and a couple more accidents with white spirits have marked it further, but by and large it's doing a great job. In Mythbusters tradition, I'm going to call this one plausible, guys. It does work, and it's worked on several occasions, but how long it can last at this stage I can't say, it's too soon. But I thought I'd share this with you as a cheap alternative to traditional foundry insulation. Maybe you want to have a go yourself. If you do, let me know how you get on. And that's it, folks. I think that's a finished video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like it. If you didn't like it, then why not let me know why? I'm always eager to improve my videos. I'm thrilled to see the number of my subscribers climbing every day, and it's really good to hear from you guys. I've had a number of requests for video tutorials from subscribers, and so far I think I've managed to help everybody out. And that's what it's all about, folks, helping each other. So please keep those requests coming in. Please keep those likes coming in. And please keep those subscriptions coming in. It's nice to know I'm not here talking to myself. So again, please do check out my YouTube channel and of course my other videos. And above all, thanks for watching.